Hello and welcome back. So this is the stage we left it, and now we're going to be working on actually just blocking out this basic hull structure here. Now, this is not going to be the easiest thing uh, we'll have to do, so we're going to have to bear with us here. It's going to be a bit trial and error at times to get some of the sort of cross sections correct, but we have got quite a bit to work on. We know we've got these sections here, and then in the front view we've also got what those radii are for each of these cross sections. This is the back of the boat. If you take down the middle here, this is looking at the back of the boat and this is looking at the front of the boat. The only problem is the quality images are so poor you can't really tell which ones of these are relating to which ones of these. You can use a bit of common sense obviously, so the nearest ones there to the front are going to be these ones going out to the middle and the back, etc. But and you can have so many lines on top of each other, it's not going to be that straightforward. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. One way would to make a few planes this shape, so you can make a plane that shape and then make another flat plane that sort of shape and make one that sort of shape, then stick them in these positions and basically join up the dots and make the boat. Or you can make the one block and then sort of transform the positions in, and that's the way we're going to actually make one cube here and then move the positions, and we'll see how we get on with that. So we're going to go over to, we're still in this quad view. So we're going to go over to the mesh here. We're going to basic. I'm going to create a cube. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to drag one out, the sort of extent sort of like that. And I'm going to also just drag this out that way. So that's basically now just covering the actual model, and we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we change the Z segments to 7, that should leave 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to hit spacebar and we're going to drop the tool. I'm just going to rename this to hull while I'm at it. Now, first thing I'm going to do, these top points here, these are basically the easiest things to do. So we're going to go over to verts here, and I'm just going to drag I'm going to hold down the right mouse button to drag the marquee. I've got my marquee set on just a square because that's just easier for me. Actually, even though before we do that, I tell a lie. That'd be easier if we move these into place. I'm just going to select each of these edges. I'm just going to, if not, we're only going to have troubles in the long run. So I'm moving on to these known points. Just like that. That's going to make this object quite low poly automatically because we've only got sort of 7 segments there, so it's actually going to be quite a, I think it's going to work out quite nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to select them and go to verts, select these points here, and I'm just going to do up and down. I'm not going to go left and right, so I want them along this axis line they've given me. So I'm going to drag it down to that bottom lip of that edge. This is going to be like a lip, an edge, so on the top of the boat there. So I'm going to drag that down like that, and I'm just going to bomb along here. You ain't got to worry about getting these exact lines. That's just for reference. There's no. In fact, a lot of the times we'll be moving these verts without even these reference images turned on, so don't get too hung up about it. So that was the easy part of the boat done, and you can see it's taking shape nicely there. Now another thing we can do, which is simple enough, is we'll do the bottom ones while we're at it. Now these sampans are quite sort of flat bottomed, so and this erroneous one in the corner, I'm just gonna, I said don't go left and right, but I am going to move that sort of midway between the points just to keep that curve as nice as we can. And this one I'm going to drag to that sort of known point down there. And as you can see, we are getting there. Now this is where it goes a bit pear-shaped, and this is not going to be straightforward at all, really. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure this is in the middle of the scene in the 0, 0, 0 origin, because we want to turn the symmetry on, so we ain't got to keep moving both sets of points. So I'm just going to grab that, and I'm just going to center it all, just so we know the boat is in the right place. And then we're going to go over to items mode, and we're just going to make sure these reference images are, because the boat has moved a wee bit now, so I'm just going to I just want to basically get these just before we go any further down the road. If not, we're going to be in a world of hurt, as they said in Predator, I believe it was. Okay, so right, we're back over to our hull. Okay, so there's the top and the bottom rungs done. Next thing you need to do, we need to basically start moulding these edges here, and this is where the problem area is. So we need some more meat basically to work on here. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to turn off these reference images, and to make life a bit easier for ourselves, I'm going to select them all, and I'm going to do Control and G, and I'm just going to group them into a folder. And then we can just turn off in one foul swoop. So I'm going to select these edges around here. Like so. And then I'm going to do Alt C for the loop slice. I'm going to click in the viewport. Count 3 seems quite good. So that will give us a bit more spacebar drop tool, and that will give us a bit more sort of meat there. Okay, so we're going to turn on these images again, and you can see straight away like that's going to turn into a bit of a nightmare, but we'll plug on. So we're going to turn on the make sure the symmetry on the X is on, and I'm going to start by getting this. Let me just move this. Okay. We're going to start by getting these top ones. I'm just going to pull them roughly into place. Now what I'm doing, I'm just basically dragging over here. And that's the nice thing about having the symmetry on. You've only got to do, and this is just to get them roughly into place. You can see, so that's coming. It is taking shape. So now we just need to basically curve these bits around, and this is where it's going to get a bit ugly, because you can see here there's points on points on points. So the first thing we're going to do is try and get this middle bottom section here. So I'm going to just drag over there and see what's selected. That's those three there. So that's a good start in my books. So I'm going to pull them to the bottom there. Okay. Now these ones here. That's this next sort of black line, if you can call it that. So we'll go onto that line now, and we're going to just keep coming around here. Let's look at the front here and see what's going on. Now this is the back. I'm going to grab these next. And all these bottom ones are actually out there. Okay, it's taking shape now. I say it's quite a flat bottom boat. Where's them two? Okay, it's there. I'm just going to move those to there. Now that is actually that line there, I think. So it's just a case of, as soon as you start to get it coming together, it tends to come together quite well. It's just at the start that you've got so many points to mess around with. So this one, that's this side one here. So you can't really tell where the line is there, but I'm going to pull it out a bit just so it's obviously not that one, so I'm going to go with this one here. And this one, we can move this one to more of a known position. Same with this one, we'll go to there. These end bits are still giving me a few issues, so I'm going to say this one probably comes around here, comes around there, but we're going to just make good, if you know what I mean, on some of these. You can't really tell what's going on. Okay, what's going on this one here? We're going to try this, go with this line out here. So this last one's going to be that line there. Okay, what's up here? So that's gradually getting it out. And when we get to sort of a stage where we've almost got, let's turn the reference images off, we've almost got it come together. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn the reference images off, and I'm just going to we're going to just neaten up I think that should come in a bit. So even though it's not, I'm not sort of strictly following the I'm just getting these just nice and smooth, like. I'm still not quite happy with this piece here. Let's have a look around the back. Now the back's okay. Let's just make that a bit bigger. Okay. Just want to check the front there, make sure it's pointy enough. So I'm going to just move these out. Just give us a bit more real estate now. So, okay. Now, as the sort of boat form goes, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just go over to Polly's. Okay, that's fine. That's just because that's a sort of coplanar there, but there's not a great deal we can do with that. We'll triangulate these. let's go over to edges. Okay. Okay, so there's the basic boat shape done. Now you can play with these. The key is knowing when to stop. So I'm saying let's stop. Okay, so there's the basic boat form done. The hull. Actually, I'm just gonna pull that around slightly. That's better. Okay, when we come back in the next part, we'll start adding some extra details to this hull now, and cutting this top bit in, and adding this sort of lip round the end, and this back sort of section with these two up risers and this sort of bar across there. So back in a moment.